I think we're in love with Rome.
Yes.
Roma.
Just such a joy and a surprise around every corner. So our transatlantic cruise from Fort Lauderdale ended in Rome. After 14 days of luxury, we landed in a port called Civitavecchia.
Yes, and I have to say, what's so interesting is if it's a closed loop, I'm always so sad to get off. But when you know you're going to be going to other places, it's not quite as sad.
That's true. It's always disappointing to wake up in the cruise bed and then that night you're in your own bed and it's almost like it never happened.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like our own bed, but knowing that there's another bed to go to, another adventure ahead, just makes a little bit lighter walking off the ship.
Yes. So instead of just going directly to the airport and flying back to the States, we decided to spend a couple days in Rome. Neither of us had ever been to Italy.
No.
And we could not pass up the opportunity to spend some time in Rome. So we booked an Airbnb, an apartment there. To get from Civitavecchia to Rome city center,
I booked a train, or I wanted to book a train there because that's what everyone said to do. And then 2 days before we were going to get off, the scuttlebutt around the ship was train strike, another European train strike. Mm-hmm. So we booked a bus. Mm-hmm. And guess what? There was no train strike, but the bus was a nice trip.
Yeah, the strike was rescheduled for the next day. We booked the bus through the ship and it was quite comfortable. And it was really beautiful to drive through the countryside, really, from Civitavecchia to Rome city center. So there were a lot of farms and vineyards. I saw horses, lots of huge fields. It was really very pretty.
Yes. So they dropped us off at the train station. Everything's great. We found a taxi, but we couldn't check into our Airbnbs.
Our host at the Airbnb had told us which luggage drop-off spot, which it was called Stow Your Bags, was closest to the apartment. So we dropped off our luggage there, which was great because it wasn't just lockers. They were actually two humans that took the luggage and put it in the back. So it felt more secure to us.
Yes. And the taxi ride over again, Rome's kind of amazing. We're going through these alleyways to get to this place and you can't fit a car and people on either side, yet they try to do that. Mm-hmm. So we were amazed, and then boom, on an alleyway was this place to store our luggage.
Yeah. So then we immediately just started walking around, all the smells from the different restaurants, and I mean, Italian food's your favorite anyway. So the smells were great, the sights were amazing, so many huge buildings, and we ended up walking to this place where we saw these big buildings up on a hill with a lot of steps.
Yes.
So we thought, don't you think we should go there?
And that we did, slowly but surely. The weather was actually perfect for it. It was at low 70s and sunny, and up the steps we went. And this was kind of on our own, not really planning much because it was our first day. And we just kept exploring these different places and buildings. And I think this was the Capitol
Hill, yeah. And then we went around the building, and there was this overlook that overlooked the Roman Forum of all places. So we just happened upon the Roman Forum.
This is true. We knew we were going to visit it the next day.
Yes.
But it was nice to get a little preview of it and to really just get a scope of the city from the hill.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, it was late afternoon because we had walked around much of the city, so we thought. So we decided to go get the luggage, check into the apartment where we had in our earlier walk, identified where the closest grocery store was to the apartment. So we just grabbed some things for an early dinner. So we ate dinner, and then I just made it in the toaster oven. There was a toaster oven in the apartment. So we made a little veggie pizza. And then
we had a plan to go off and explore the city some more.
yes.
As you can see, the alleys, and this was the Jewish quarter that we had our apartment, our Airbnb. It felt old, but clean. It was a nice mix of both being new city and obviously ancient city.
Yeah, and just every corner you went around, there was another fountain, some more obviously historical buildings.
Yes, it was like 2-3 blocks, another little piazza meeting place. It just had such a wonderful feel, this whole city.
And then we found a gelato place.
Yes.
So we had gelato for dessert.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of gave us a little energy for the walk ahead, although we had quite the walk.
Yes. We earned the calories.
Yes.
Our main goal, I think, was to try to find Trevi Fountain.
Right, and we were trying to hit a few other places like the Pantheon, but when we walked by it, the line was extremely long. It was get-in free Sunday, so we enjoyed the outside, but we immediately moved forward to our next goal.
We did not realize that this was a church. We didn't realize that it was such a famous church. But your instincts were right to try to go in.
Yeah, walking in, you just don't know what you're going to find, and trust me, every time you walk into a church or a historic building in Italy, you will be in awe of all the details and all the architecture inside.
And all the gold. So the organ was playing.
That was so fitting. What was great was, I don't know if they charge for any of these places that you're seeing on this day, but as I mentioned, it was all free. So we knew walking in anywhere, we could just walk in and enjoy all the sights. We have gone roving around, and every block there's another amazing site, whether it's 500 BC or 1500. It is, every turn there's something new, and we've just stumbled upon a rather large plaza, and it is truly incredible.
Yeah, so we signed up for a pizza and tiramisu making class tomorrow night. So we came to confirm the location of the restaurant, and we confirmed that, and then we turned around the corner, and this is what we see. Just look at this. go in this building.
And this one you filmed from the floor to the ceiling and then back to the floor.
I kind of in awe of the opening at the top of a lot of these domes, and as you can see, it just literally goes and translates to the decoration, the artwork on the floor. So I had to do it.
Yeah.
So after the church and that plaza, we decided we had enough energy to actually make it to Trevi Fountain. But on the way, we stumbled upon more things. This was kind of like the stumbled upon day or afternoon. So as you can see, there was this beautiful large building and we had no idea what at all it was. Luckily, there was an officer in front who told us this was the Italian Parliament building.
So then we go around the corner and there was this other huge square.
Another
palazzo. But this one had a palace in the square and I could not help myself to just enjoy this moment. The palace has the Galleria as part of it. So we walked through there.
Another happy wandering.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we were like, let's continue to Trevi Fountain. So a few more cobblestone streets to the left and maybe one to the right. We happened upon Trevi Fountain. And it was like super amazing, but equally super crowded. So it was enjoyable if you wanted to enjoy it with your 10,000 closest buddies that you never met before.
Yeah, but the size and scale of it was what impressed me so much. And that's why it's a sight to behold for anyone who goes to Rome. I think people want to go see Trevi Fountain. My daughter was like, did you go to Trevi Fountain? Well, of course we went to Trevi Fountain. So yeah, that was sort of the end of our evening because we were completely exhausted. I think we had put over 21,000 steps on that day. So we needed to get some rest because we had another full day in Rome.
Right, and day 2 was much more planned out. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to save it for another video.
Yes, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching.